Just good morning, guys. Okay, so first question कि AngularJS का knowledge किस किसको है? Anant, Aditi, you guys know AngularJS? Okay, no reply. Anant, you there?
Yes, Rajesh.
So basically, guys, आज जो हम लोग एक्सप्लोर करेंगे एंगुलर लेटेस्ट फ्रेम. ओके, सो बेसिकली एंगुलर JS एंड एंगुलर 2 प्लस में मेजर डिफरेंस है. ओके, सो एंगुलर JS में क्या होता था कि आप जावास्क्रिप्ट में कोड लिखते थे, है ना, एंड कंप्लीटली आपका जो जो सोर्स कोड है वो इजीली विजिबल हो जाता था ब्राउजर पे, राइट. तो एंगुलर का नेक्स्ट वर्जन 2 प्लस में जो लैंग्वेज यूज किया जाता है वो TS, उसको बोलते हैं टाइप स्क्रिप्ट. ओके, टाइप स्क्रिप्ट. टाइप स्क्रिप्ट बेसिकली क्या होता है? टाइप बेसिकली एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है दैट इज बिल्ड ऑन जावास्क्रिप्ट अगेन. ओके, एंड टाइप स्क्रिप्ट में ओप्स कॉन्सेप्ट एंड ये सारी चीजें उसको सपोर्ट करती है, जो क्लासेस, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास, इंटरफेस, तो ये सारी चीजें टाइप स्क्रिप्ट में सपोर्ट करती है बट जावास्क्रिप्ट में नहीं. ओके, तो एंगुलर लेटेस्ट फ्रंट में हम लोग कोड जितने भी कोडिंग रहते हैं वो हम लोग लिखते हैं टाइप स्क्रिप्ट में, बट उसका जब रन करते हैं तो वो कंपाइल्ड, ओके, कंपाइल्ड होके वो जेएस पे जेएस फाइल में जेएस फाइल जनरेट होती है, वो जेएस फाइल एग्जीक्यूट होते हैं. तो एंगुलर 2+1 के एक कंपाइलर भी है. ओके, तो कंपाइलर जैसे CPP जो लैंग्वेज है उसमें कंपाइलर होते थे, जस्ट लाइक एंगुलर 11 में भी एक कंपाइलर है. जिस वो कंपाइलर का काम क्या रहता है? टाइप स्क्रिप्ट कोड को कंपाइल करके जावास्क्रिप्ट में कन्वर्ट करना. ओके, ठीक है. सो this is official website and believe me guys, this website have best document and best content to explore the Angular. Okay, so as so यहाँ पे हम लोग इंट्रोडक्शन से स्टार्ट करते हैं, है ना. सो बेसिकली अगेन एक एंगुलर फ्रेमवर्क है, ओके, जिसमें आप वेबसाइट डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हैं, ऐप डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हैं, एंड एज कंपेयर टू फास्ट भी है एंगुलर JS से. ओके, सो फर्स्ट थिंग नाउ हम लोग इसके इंस्टॉलेशन प्रोसेस क्या होता है, कैसे प्रोजेक्ट जनरेट करते हैं, है ना, कैसे उसको एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, उसको वन बाय वन हम लोग चेक करेंगे. ठीक है, getting started. What is Angular? So yeah, so Angular is development platform built in TypeScript. Okay, and इस Angular के प्रोजेक्ट को क्रिएट करने के लिए आपको Node.js इंस्टॉल करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. ओके, सो Node.js you can download from official website. Okay, so दैट मीन्स हम लोग क्या Node.js यूज करने वाले Node.js प्रोजेक्ट हम लोग डेवलप नहीं करेंगे, बट Node.js से हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट करेंगे. ओके, सो जितने भी npm कमांड है वो हम लोग यूज कर पाएंगे अपने लोकल सिस्टम में. तो सबसे पहले नोड हम लोग को इंस्टॉल करना पड़ता है. ओके, Node.js. ओके, Yes. So first thing, Angular require okay LTS or maintenance LTS version of Node.js. जैसे आप Node.js इंस्टॉल करते हो, then you can use npm ओके एंड उसका वर्जन चेक करना रहेगा तो आप यहाँ पे चेक कर सकते हो node-v and another is node package manager ओके सो node package manager जितने भी एंगुलर के जो CLI कमांड है ओके जिससे हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट जनरेट करने वाले हैं उस तो उस कमांड को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए पहले जैसे आप नोड इंस्टॉल करते हो नेक्स्ट स्टेज आपका रहेगा npm install की कमांड ओके एंगुलर CLI तो जितने भी एंगुलर CLI के कमांड है आपके इसमें सिस्टम पे रहेगी ठीक है तो so I have already installed Node.js in my laptop okay so I will directly install this npm install angular CLI okay so आप वर्जन पे चेक कर सकते हो और वाईफाई NSP so my version is B12 right node yeah okay this will take some time to install angular CLI okay so I have to use sudo right. Okay. Okay, so I have installed Angular CLI. Okay, maybe you guys can just write down the step. So now we install Node.js. Then after Node.js, we execute this command. Why we need this command? To use to create Angular project. Okay. Okay. So now. Okay. So basically in AngularJS, what normally we do, basically we create the file, then we create the module, sub-module, right? Manually, right? But here we need to just, use this command, and this command will create a project for you. So all the project structure and library will included. Okay, we don't have to, add manually. Okay, so first let's go to the our workplace. So let's create one workplace. So Angular training. CD. Training. Okay. So I have created our workplace. Okay. So you just need to create the one for basically folder that is Angular training. After that, now you have to execute your command. So ng new and this my app is basically your project name. So suppose if you want to develop your project in Angular, so suppose let's consider my innovation. So command will be ng new my innovation. Okay, let's copy this command and type it. Or we can type ng new my innovation. Okay. Detected. Okay, I have to update the node version basically. Let's check. Node update command. Install quickly. Okay. Okay, continue. So what do you like to add? Angular routing. Okay, so normally for routing we used to write command manually. So if you want to add Angular routing, just type yes. And what type of CSS you want to use, like CSS, SCSS. So these are the type of CSS. So I'm considering here as CSS. Okay. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, so meantime we can discuss if you guys have any question. Himnos, Aditi. Anant, any question?
No, Rakesh.
Huh? Manoj, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so project is created now. Let's check the folder structure. Hmm? Folder. Desktop. The training, and this is the project that we created, right? My name is. Yeah. So this is the project. Okay, structure that command is created. That is created by that command. Okay, so you can see there is couple JSON file. Okay, so main then that package.json file. This command execute all the dependency and dev dependency of your project. Okay, and you can see that couple of script, and this is the project and the version of this project. Okay, and all the source code we can write our in source folder. In source we have a app folder. In app you can see here that routing that okay, we'll discuss one by one. Okay, okay, so now we created the project. Now after that, if you want to run that application, we have to just type the command ng serve open. Okay, so ng serve. Here we don't need any extra install any other web server to execute Angular. Okay, open ng serve. Okay. Okay, so this command is not available. Okay, let again install that Angular CLI. We don't have to, I think, sudo that command. I think we updated the version, so that's why we need to again install the CLI. Take a look and the serve. Okay. So as soon as we type the answer serve, that that compiler is generating the JS file. Okay. So whenever we deploy the code, we don't use our source code. Okay. You can see that Angular Live environment server is listening on localhost 4200. Okay. Just copy it and paste on browser. Okay. So page has been created. So this is how we create generate the project structure. Okay, so next question, how we create the page and how to add the multiple page for routing. Okay, so in AngularJS we call module submodule, but here we have module, and under that module we have a different component. So all the component that can be generated from the command, so we don't have to generate the file using manually. We have to just use the command, and that command will create the file for you. Okay, so this is the basic. Now we will go through one tutorial. Okay, that is already here. So far so good, guys. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is the view page that we are going to create. Okay, so maybe we just create the multiple module component and routing. So at least we have an idea how the routing work. Okay, and how we can create our new component. Okay, so let's start. Okay, create project. So yeah, so this is Hero Turtle. So we're going to again, create one new project. Okay, we'll not use that. Now go back. Now we have just to follow the steps. So like we already discussed, ng new, and that we have to type the project name. Okay, so here the project name Angular 2 of heroes. Okay, so you can modify the project name. So ng new and heroes. So whenever we create guys new project, so we have some questions like, would you like to add Angular routing? We say yes. Which type of CSS you want to use? You can use anyone. Yes, CSS. So it will take some time. In time, if you have question, please let me know. Okay, let's check the folder structure. Okay, heroes. Okay, source, app, and component. CD, heroes, and G. So either this open is optional. If you want to, directly redirect to browser, so you have to add open. Otherwise, you have just to write ng serve, and you can normally just type the link from browser. Open. Yeah. So the app is live now. Okay. Now let's generate some component. So in Angular, you can see there is app component.ts, app component.html, and app component.css. Okay. So in AngularJS, we use index.html as a interface. From that index page, that project get triggered. But in this case, all the configuration is turned on app module. So you can see this is the app module. In app module, we have a component, app component, and app routing. Okay, so what is the inside of app? This is just a component. Okay, so whenever we start the project, okay, first time it will came here app.module, and that's it. That what is the component, what is the entry point of this project, and bootstrap is app component. App component. What is app component? Basically, in TypeScript, the code structure will slightly different than AngularJS. Okay, you can see all the JS is we have to write in TS file. Okay, and in TS you can see couple of annotation. Okay, like component. Okay, and then import. It's just like Java. So in Java we are using package. So here also you can import the library. Okay, using import. Okay, and this is the component. What is component? Tell what. So inside of component, you can see this is the template URL. Template URL. What is the view? Okay, what is the file name for this component? Okay, and what is the CSS class and how we can use in uh, page directly. Okay, so just go here index.html. You can see here this is what is app root. Okay, what is app root? App root is component selector. Okay, you can see here, component select. So this way, this project will know. Okay, we have to go to index.html. In that inside of index.html, we have a app root. App root. What is the app root? This is the selector. Okay, so you can see where is defined app root in component app.component.ts. Okay, so when we use index.html app root, that HTML and CSS is defined inside of template URL and style URL. Okay, so this is how project get trigger and display the view. Okay, so now let's generate the component. Okay, you can explore this website. Yeah, so when we type the command, these are the file is already generated. Okay, so now let's change some. Likewise, st font tutorial and app.component.css. Okay, or let's use CSS. And use this hero. Okay, so I just replaced with the default component with title. Okay, so as in Angular, just like we use double curly bracket to bind the data. Okay, so this is title is you can see that this title variable will be defined in here, and we can use this variable in view. Okay, okay. So now let's create the one component called uh, ngGenerate. Okay, just copy this command. So command for generate the new component is ngGenerate component and the component name. Okay. Yeah. So in app, the one component is generated HTML, CSS, and headers component.ts. Okay, so you can see the structure again. So just like component and template URL, then style URL. This is the constructor, and this is the life cycle of component. So whenever the project that component is loaded, first it will move to ng on init. So here you just let's define one variable and let print on Q. Hero system. Okay. Right. So now we added one variable. In that variable, we use assign this windstorm, and that this variable we are using in component. Okay, in S2 tab, you can see now what we can do. We can just use, if you want to use this page, you just copy the selector and you can use in any page. Okay, so this is the advantage of Angular. You can divide your functionality into a small component. You have to just use like tag. So component selector is just like that. You can just we just need to use in. So in our case, I just have used in app.component.ps. So wisdom. Okay. So this is itself in app component, but this the what is coming uh, from where heroes component. Okay. So you can see, guys, when we generate the one component, that component will get registered in your app.model.ts. So this model will know we have one more component. This is heroes component. Okay, so we don't have to add the component manually. Whenever you execute that command will automatically add it here. Okay, so you can see here, this is the core file is created and updated in this module file. Manoj, any question?
नो सर.
नींद आ रही है क्या?
नहीं सर, देख रहा हूँ. थोड़ा एंगुलर जेएस मतलब किया है तो ये थोड़ा सा हार्ड लग रहा है मुझे. मैं कर लूंगा. मैं जी मतलब जो भी हार्ड लगता है वो भी प्रैक्टिस कर लूंगा.
ओके, ये बेसिकली हार्ड इन द सेंस कि क्या है कि आपने अभी तक जो करते तो मैनुअली करते थे, है ना? बट यहाँ पे इट्स वेरी सिंपल. आप यू हैव टू जस्ट यूज द कमांड एंड आप प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, कंपोनेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, मॉड्यूल क्रिएट कर सकते हो.
यस,
राइट.
यस सर.
ठीक है. So we already created the now let's create one interface. Okay, so in TypeScript we have we can use interface. Okay, so the interface basically, suppose like just like one entity. So in Java, Aditi, know, right? In Hero we defined the their ID name. So just like in TypeScript, you have to use add the interface, and inside of interface, hero interface, you can define all the properties of hero. Property means that ID, name, address, whatever you want. Okay. So just let's create one interface. So we'll add inside the app. Okay. Source app hero.ts. This is TS. No, just copy paste. So we don't have such time. Okay. So now we created one interface. Okay, hero interface. Now we can use that interface in component. Okay, how we can use it by importing. Okay, so everything in Angular, you have to, either library or service or interface, you have to insert first if you want to use. Okay. So let me copy from here. So I'm not writing guys because if you start writing it will take so much time. So you can see here that is unidentified duplicate identifier hero. Okay, so first let's remove that previous. Now this is hero, so type hero is not fine. Okay, so let's first import it. Just copy it and paste here, and that will be import here, right? So inside array hero interface, we define ID equal to 1 and name is winstop. Okay. Now copy it. Now we already in the slide. Now let display on HTML page. Just copy. How we can display? So hero dot name. Okay. So where the interface is in a slide in hero, and in hero we have ID and name. So how we can access? You just type here hero dot name, ID equal to hero dot ID, name equal to hero dot name. See that ID is equal to 1 and name equal to this. So likewise, AngularJS, we have a multiple, filter we can use. In Angular, we call this pipe, right? So we want to, use, uppercase to actually use for all, convert all small letter to capital. Just type uppercase and it will be all the word is converted into uppercase. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we basically generate the component. Then we initialize the hero object, and after the object, we display into the view. Okay. Now let's talk about the two-way data binding. What is two-way data binding? Manoj, you know, right? So whatever we type in view page, that data will directly you can access in class. Okay, so it's just like AngularJS, nothing different. Just the way we writing the syntax is slightly changed. Like ng model is, it will come first. We have to add capital, small, then close, then sign the. Okay, so let's copy it and check if it is work. So so as soon as we type the code, that some error is coming. Okay, why? Because we have to, again, if you want to use ng model, you have to import the library. Okay, let's check what library is missing. Yeah, so we have to import the Angular forms. Okay, so let's copy app module ts, app module ts, and we have to import the form module, where we have to import in app.module.ts, right? So import it, or you can type it. Yeah, see, so nice changing. This is to data pending, right, guys? Right. Okay, so we declare the error component, display the. So this is how we generate the template component, and we create the interface, and uh, that interface we have used in to data binding. Okay, so this is the final code. You can also check. Okay, so now let's check how to display the list. So suppose now we have a list of heroes. Okay, so what we can do, we can initialize this hero list, and one constant, and then we can use this constant in our component. Okay, so let's copy it again. Just create one file. Okay, so you can see again we are importing the hero, right? Why we need to import? Because we want to use that entity. We actually in Java we call entity, but here just define the property. We want to use hero properties, right? So export constant, and this is the constant name, and this is interface name, and under we have a object, right? So it's similar like JSON array and JSON object, right, guys? So now how we can display it? Just again, we need to import in our hero component. And and just define one variable heroes, and in that heroes we are initialize that heroes constant. Okay, so after that we need to display that hero list. So for that we need to use uh, what we need to use. We can use UL and LI. Okay, so mhm. Okay, here. create dot component and in array we have to use in array we have to use ng4. So same, I think ng4 is just like we already used in AngularJS, right? So ng4 let hero of hero. So hero is again we define already this variable name here and where we are using this variable. Okay. So you can see all the detail is. So this is the list of hero that we initialize in constant. Now from that constant we are reading in HTML page. So guys, should we stop or you want to continue? Manoj, Aditi.
कंटिन्यू करते हैं सर.
कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं.
हाँ सर, अगर बाकियों को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं तो.
Because our time is up, so that's why I'm asking. Okay. Okay. So now we define the we already display the list. Now suppose we want to display, after the select here, we want to display the selected heroes. Okay, I think if you want to display on right side or bottom. Okay, first one what we need to do, we add that event. Okay, so in AngularJS we use ng click. Here you just use the click and that function name. Let's define the function name. So this is the function name. You can see this, copy it. Select it and let's add it in button. Selected hero. Now let's display the selected hero. This is the selected hero. Right? So all the selected detail we are just displaying below this. Okay, so for that what we need to do, we need to just define the one variable. You can see the variable is selected hero and the type. What is the type? Type is heroes. Okay, what hero content? Hero content ID and name property. Okay, so whenever you select that selected in HTML, you can see whenever you click on button that object, that object is displayed. Okay, so whenever you select that selected in HTML, you can see whenever you click on button that object, that selected in HTML, you can see whenever you click on button that object is displayed. Okay, so whenever you select that selected in HTML, you can see whenever you click on button that that this hero variable will pass to the this function, and you can use that ID and name on details. For that, we are using ngIf. So if ngIf has some value, then this portion of code will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay. So this is selected hero.name, uppercase, detail. Uppercase is again pipe we are using. Okay, pipe basically to perform some extra activity on words. Like if you want to make all the word capital, then you can use uppercase, lowercase, right? And then the label, hero name, and that input type. Okay, that selected detail will be assigned to this text box. Okay, so what we can do, this list of CSS file, so it will look good. Okay. So now so this is the summary that we display the list and user can select the hero, and after that we used ng4, and then after we used ng4 ngIf. Display list is done. Now create a feature component. Okay, so now suppose this is the basically component we displaying the hero list, and we want to create one more component, and that component we want to display detail. Okay, so for that what we need to do, we need to generate again the new component. The component name is hero detail. Okay, so let's use this command, test it. Okay, so that hero tutorial is created. You can observe one thing here, that every time we create the component, that app.module file is updating. So inside app.module, you can see. So what whenever you create the component, and all the component will listed here. So you can use that component in all over the project. Okay, so so guys, this is just simple project that we are seeing. In case of lazy loading concept, you know guys very well, right? Lazy loading. So for lazy loading, we have to different way to create the project. So that part we'll discuss later, maybe another session. Okay, so that in detail hero detail component. Now we want to display the selected hero in detail component. Let's copy it and add it into detail component. Okay. In hero detail, import hero. Okay. Is input. Why we use input? I will let you know. From component return input. Okay. copy it here. Okay. So this is add. Yeah. Let's see. So you can see that detail. So whenever we select, that detail is displaying here. So are we using same component? No. We created another different component. This is hero detail component, and that component we are displaying all the detail. How it is happening? So you can see in uh, in HTML. Okay, we added the tag that hero app hero detail, and we are passing that selected heroes into selected hero. So what is app hero detail? It is basically component selector. So you can see the name component selector is app hero detail. So likewise, you can different you can create different of small component, and you can use just like HTML tag. Okay. So this is the major benefit in Angular. You can use reuse your code. Okay. So we so one button one when we click on hero list, that selected hero is assigned, and you can in HTML you can see we are passing the selected hero, how that selected hero, and you can check in hero detail. Okay, we are expecting the hero from that selected, that app hero detail. So if we don't use this tag, then the data will not work here. Okay. So if you want to, pass that, detail, if you want to pass then selected detail in another component, we have to you need to define that at the rate input and that name. Okay. So likewise, you can create your own component. Okay, so let's stop, guys. Because I don't want to, complete everything in single session. So maybe what we can do in next session, we can complete the remaining topic. Okay.
Yes.